Hi, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with me. I am excited and nervous, and I'm grateful for Peter's lessons about not being able to do anything wrong, so I can just share, right? Awesome. So the quote from Marianne Williamson about our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure really speaks to me. For as long as I remember, I've felt that I have a voice, I have a light, I have songs, I have a message in me, but not knowing how to let it out. And for a number of reasons, I haven't. In case you don't know, I was born with a little bit of a special hand. And so from a very young age, I was bullied and teased and hid it as much as possible. And there for a while in second grade, third grade, I can't remember, my name was No Fingers. So I took that on as part of my vision of myself and felt that I couldn't share myself, I couldn't be seen. So thank you for seeing me. And it kind of has snowballed throughout my life. So I've done about 20 plus years of self-development, and coming into the mastermind, I still came in with several underlying contexts that were holding me back. And thanks to the lovely coaching from many members of this lovely, wonderful community, in addition to watching Peter and all of the people who have volunteered for us to watch as he coaches them, I have broken through some of mine. One of my contexts was unwanted. My father left before I was even born, and in my head I made up the story somehow, maybe overhearing something or just creating it from nowhere, that he left because I was a girl. So I held on to that for a long time, although I know it's ridiculous. Also, my mom was really not available because of her own hurt, her own traumas, her own disconnection from life. So she would send me away in the summers to my grandma's house, which was my home, my happy place. She was my person. But I took with me the unwanted, which has also kind of crept into looking for friendships outside of myself and desperately wanting to connect, but also having a blockage, having you can't get too close to me because, I don't know why, because. In addition to that, my mom told me when I was about 8 years old that she would have killed herself if it weren't for me by that point. And so I decided I had to be the good girl. I had to make sure that she is going to be okay. And so that underlying fear of being safe, not being safe, is something that I also got to address here in this mastermind. And I am safe. Isn't that amazing? That fear, that little extra anxiety that kind of hung out is no longer there. I am safe, and I am safe in me, and that is amazing. I have so many stories, but thankfully I'm letting them go. And I love that. This week I was introduced to a new concept or a new idea because of my beautiful 16-year-old son and my desire to help him break free of his consuming of YouTube videos. Because I'm like, there's just so much YouTube that you can handle, right? So I gently just let him know that you can also be a creator. You don't just have to be a consumer. And funny enough, I wonder who that message was for. So over those 20 years, all of the hours of self-development and listening and reading and watching, I have invested in going in, but I know that I have things to offer. I don't know what they look like or how they're going to be offered yet, but I'm excited to tap into them and let them free. funny enough, 6 or 7 years ago, I was brave and bold, and I knew that this fear of speaking and being seen was something that I needed to conquer. And a friend of mine told me about Toastmasters. I don't know if you've heard about Toastmasters, but I highly recommend it. I showed up to the meeting and was super petrified, and I knew for sure, because we were organizing a new Toastmasters organization group, and I knew for sure that if I didn't sign up for some kind of a role, that I would chicken out, or I would not feel like I was good. Oh, I'm sick today. Anyway, so I became the secretary, and so for 2 years I conquered those fears to a point, but still never really got to the base of it and allowed my voice to come out, still doubting myself all the time. So I'm going to revisit those lessons that I learned about what I'm sharing, if it can help someone, even if I never know that it helps someone, even if they take away a nugget and it changes just a little bit, some interaction with someone in their lives, that it's worth it to get my voice out there. So go check out Toastmasters. It's international, it's global, and it's really fun. And now I think online. So I came out of the womb singing, my mom says. And from a little girl, when I was in my little playpen, I don't know if anybody has seen the pop blocks that you kind of stick together. Anyway, it's a little toy that looks like a little microphone sticking out. I would sing, whether I knew any words yet, I don't even know. But singing has always been a wonderful outlet for me. I was in choir with my grandma, and I was in choir in high school, and I got to sing my high school, the song that we selected as our high school senior class song, and I just loved singing. But somehow along the way, my first husband, he told me that I wasn't a good singer, and so I stopped, and that sucks. And I don't need to take on his beliefs or his negative stories. And crazy enough, after we divorced, he told me that he was a pathological liar, and that I really, among many other things, that I can sing. So I would like to share just a tiny bit with you, a song that means a lot to me, and something that I've listened to many times, and maybe that you'll enjoy it too. This is from The Greatest Showman. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. So I'd like to encourage you to find your voice. There's a quote that I have as my Facebook cover photo. Here it goes. May all that has been reduced to noise in you become music again. By David Teams. Embrace your authentic voice. Don't be an echo of anyone else's. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your gifts. And I look forward to seeing you in whatever form that takes. See you soon. Oh yeah, and I love you. Ich liebe dich. Tadua. Je t'aime. I love you. And I love me.